My name is Amita, and in this video I am going to give a detailed discussion on three-phase bridge rectifier circuit diode based, that is also called as an uncontrolled rectifier. Dear friends, uncontrolled three-phase rectifier is a rectifier by which we can convert a three-phase AC supply into a DC supply. There are a lot of loads where we are supposed to give a DC supply. Under the circumstances, that three-phase rectifier can convert a three-phase AC supply into a DC supply. In this video, I am going to discuss about the power circuit diagram of a three-phase bridge rectifier, followed by its operation, then the conduction schedule, conducting table, and the appropriate load voltage waveforms. If you are interested to know more about that, from where the three-phase bridge rectifier circuit comes into existence, then watch my previous video where I have given the detailed description on the evolution of a three-phase bridge rectifier circuit with the help of common anode connections and a common cathode connections of a semiconductor devices. Here I will be mainly focused on the operation. So now without wasting time, I am sharing my screen where I will brief you the three-phase bridge rectifier circuit diode based. Diode based means it is also called as an three-phase uncontrolled rectifier. Three-phase uncontrolled rectifier. That means the output will not be controllable because the diodes are uncontrolled device. So the first thing about it is that it converts three-phase AC supply into DC supply. So with the help of three-phase rectifier, we can convert the three-phase AC supply into DC supply. The second thing is it consists of 6 number of diodes connected in 3 legs, and each leg is having 2 diodes back to back. So let's see the power circuit diagram. This is the power circuit diagram. You can see that there are 3 legs. This is leg number 1, this is leg number 2, leg number 3, and each leg is having 2 diodes connected back to back. So D1, D3, D5, they are the upper diodes, and D4, D6, D2, they are the lower diodes. D1, D3, D5, they are connected in a common cathode configuration, as the cathodes are short circuited, so they are called as a common cathode connection. Whereas D4, D6, D2, they are connected in a common cathode configuration. So as I discussed in my previous video, D1, D3, D5, they are positive group diode because they are having common cathode configuration, and in common cathode configuration the devices will be forward biased when they are connected to the maximum positive supply. Whereas the D4, D6, D2, they are the negative group diodes, and they will be conducting when the maximum negative supply connected to it. So now let us try to understand the conducting durations. So conducting duration. So if I see the conducting duration, there are 2 types of diodes are connected. One are the positive group diodes, and second one are the negative group diodes. Positive group diodes are those which are connected in a common cathode configuration. So what are those diodes? D1, D3 and D5. Negative group diodes which are connected in common anode configuration, so D4, D6 and D2. Now in the power circuit diagram, you can see that D1 anode is connected to R phase, D3 anode is connected to Y phase, and D5 anode is connected to B phase. So in positive group diode, they will be conducting when the maximum positive supply is connected to it. Whereas negative group diodes, they are going to conduct when the maximum negative supply connected to it. So if I draw the we are going to identify the duration with the help of three-phase AC supply. So let me draw the three-phase AC supply. I'm drawing three-phase AC supply now. So this is 0, this is 90, this is 180, this is 270, and this is 360. That is one complete cycle. This is 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 210, 240, 270, 300, 330. Now you can see this is R phase, this is Y phase, and this is B phase. You can see that R phase is maximum positive from this duration to this duration, and Y phase is maximum positive from this duration to this duration, and B phase is maximum positive between this duration. So you can see R phase से which SCR is connecting. R phase से in a power circuit diagram D1 is conducting, Y phase से positive group में D3 is connecting, and B phase से positive group में D5 is connecting. So they will be forward bias. D1 will be forward bias between 30 to 150 and 30 to 150. D3 will be forward bias 150 to 270 because D3 is connected to Y phase, and Y phase is maximum positive between 150 to 270, and the D5 will be forward bias between 270 to 30 because it is forward bias 270 to 390. So 390 may be subtract 360, we are going to have an 30. Similarly, if I talk about negative group diode, if you see this waveform, the maximum negative supply, the blue phase is having maximum negative supply between 90 to 210, okay, and red phase is having maximum negative supply, that is 210 to 330, and yellow phase is having maximum negative supply between 330 to 90. So R phase is, this is R phase, this is blue phase, and this is Y phase. So R phase is having maximum negative supply, that is 210 to 330. So R phase से which diode is connecting? That is negative group में D4. So D4 is going to be forward bias between 210 to 330. D6 is connected to Y phase, and you can see Y phase is maximum negative between 30 to 90. So it will be 30 to 90. So here I am going to get 330 to 90, and here 90 to 210. So this is how we are going to get the conducting duration or forward bias duration, as they are the diodes, so both will be same. Forward bias duration. Now let us make the conduction table. Here we are supposed to write duration, then forward diode, then incoming diode, then outgoing diode, and then load voltage. So this is how we will make the table. Now what we are doing, we are writing the duration at an interval of 30 and will start from 0 and will end at 360. So this is how we are going to write the duration. Now in what duration which diode will be forward bias, that we are going to calculate with this forward bias duration. So just for easiness, I am going to write here on this slide also, so that it will be faster to identify the duration. So positive group में D1, D3, D5, this is 30 to 150, this is 150 to 270, and this is 270 to 30. And negative group में D4, D6, D2. D4 was conducting 210 to 330. So here you can write 210 to 330. This is 330 to 90, and this is 90 to 210. Now based on these duration, we will write the conducting or a forward bias diodes. So 0 to 30 will come in this duration from positive group. So D5 and here D6. So what are the diodes conducting or forward bias? D5, D6. 30 to 60. 30 to 60 में D1 and D6. So here D1 and D6. Then 60 to 90 D6 and D1. So again D1, D6. 90 to 120 D2 and D1. So D1, D2. Then 120 to 150 D1, D2. So D1, D2. 150 to 180 D3 and D2. So D2, D3, D2, D3. Then D3, D4, D3, D4, 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 and D5, D6. So this is how we will identify the forward bias diodes, as well as they will conduct in that duration only because they are the diodes. So now here incoming diode is not any, because 0 se the duration before 0 is this, so there is no incoming, because here also D5, D6, and 0 to 30 also D5, D6. Outgoing also there is no. Here if you see, the new diode coming into picture is D1 and outgoing diode is D5. Here nil. Here incoming diode is D2 and outgoing diode is D6. Here nil. Incoming diode is D3, outgoing diode is D1. Here incoming is D4, outgoing is D2. Here nil. Incoming is D5, outgoing is D3. Here nil. Incoming is D6, outgoing is D4. So this is how we will get the incoming and outgoing diode. Now if you see that 0 to 30 D5, D6 are conducting. So how much load voltage we are going to get, that we will determine with the help of power circuit diagram. So 0 to 30, 5 and 6 are conducting. So 5 is conducting means, so let me show you how we will calculate the load voltage. So 0 to 30, this will be conducting and 6 is conducting. So this will act as a short circuit and this will act as a short circuit. So when 5 is short circuit, that means this particular voltage of V through this 5 short circuit will appear here, and 6 matlab Y. So what voltage I am going to get? VBY. So the load voltage will be VBY. So when 30 to 60 D1, D6 are conducting means 1 is conducting and 6 are conducting. So 1 means it will act as a short circuit and 6 will act as a short circuit. So through 1 R phase will appear here and through 6 Y phases appear here. So what is the voltage? VRY. So what voltage I am going to get? VRY. Here also VRY. Now when 1 and 2 are conducting, let's see 1 and 2. So R will be at upper side of the load and through 2 B will be at. So VRB. So what I am going to get? VRB. VRB. And this is also VRV. Now 2, 3. When 2, 3 are conducting means this is conducting. So 2 is conducting means B is at lower side and 3 is conducting means YB. So VYB. So V by V. And here also VYB. Now 3, 4. When 3, 4 are conducting means this will be short circuit and 4 will be short circuit. So through this short circuit, Y will be at the upper part of the load and R at the lower part. So VYR. So VYR. 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 Now 4, 5. When 4, 5 are conducting, so 4 means R will be at downside and 5 is conducting means VBR. So what output I am getting? VBR. 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 And 5, 6 is again VBY. So this is the conduction table. Now you can observe that the load voltage I am getting as a line voltage, Whereas the forward bias diode I have calculated based on the conducting durations as per the phase voltage. So if you want to plot this load voltage, then how we are going to plot? The very important thing is, the important points are, first thing, load voltage is coming in form of line voltage. Why? Because you can see VBI, VR by, these are all the line voltages. So load voltage is coming in form of line voltage. Now the second thing is, when we plot the load voltage waveform that we can plot on line voltages. And the third thing is, as we know that line voltages are having angle of 30 degree with its respective phase voltages, hence while we will plot load voltage on line voltages waveform, then we plot it delayed by 30 degree. Means, like in conduction table, if I am getting VBI between 0 to 30, then when we are going to plot on the line voltage waveform, we will get the load voltage VB by between 30 to 60. So means that VBI, when we plot on directly line voltage, that we will plot between 30 to 60. Similarly, here 30 to 60 we are getting VR by, but when we plot this load voltage on a line voltage, we will plot it between 60 to 90. So that means this load voltage table will be shifted by one step. So, and that, this all thing is coming because of that we have identified the forward bias diode based on the phase voltages, and actually the load voltage is coming as per the line voltage. So due to the phase difference of a line voltage with a phase voltage of 30 degree, that's why the delay of 30 degree is coming when we plot a load voltage on directly on a line voltages waveform. Now I am showing you how the line voltages are apart by an angle of 30 degree from the phase voltages. You know that the three phase voltages are apart by an angle of 120 degrees. So this is how we will plot the three phase voltage: 120, 120, 120. Now what are the line voltages? VRY, VRB or VBY, VYB, like this. So suppose if I want to plot VR by, so what is VR by? That is VR minus V by. So if I want to subtract V by from VR, then if I opposite extend this VY, that will be minus V by. So this angle will be 60, and if I take the resultant of that, that will be like this, and this is nothing but VR by. So what is this angle? 30 degree. What is this angle? 30 degree. So you can see here, if you plot all the line voltages, you will observe that the line voltage is always having an angle with its respective phase voltages of a 30 degree. So that angle we are considering when we are plotting the waveform directly on the line voltages. Now let us draw the line voltages waveform. I am directly plotting here. So let us draw the line voltages. This is the way of plotting line voltages. First make that kind of boxes. I am telling you how to plot the line voltage. This is the easiest way of plotting the line voltages. Then make another block like this and connect like this. Here also. Now we are supposed to connect like this, make the connections like this. So these are the three phase line voltages. Now this is, let me plot it. This is 0, this is 30, this is 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270, 300, 330 and 360. This is the one complete cycle. Now let's see the table. 0 to 30 VB by VR by VR by. Now this waveform is VB by, this is VR by, this is VRB. So VBY ka opposite waveform is this. So what is this? VYB. And VR by ka opposite waveform, this is VR by. So this is VYR. And VRB means VBR. Now let's see what is the output voltage. 0 to 30 load voltage is VBY. When we plot it on line voltage, we will plot it between 30 to 60. So VBY 30 to 60 means which one I need to highlight? Let me take another color. Can I take a red one? I will take little bit thicker line. This one. So 30 to 60, I'm getting this voltage. Okay. Then 30 to 60, we are getting VR by, which we will plot on line voltage between 60 to 90. So 60 to 90 is VR by. So VR by. So this is how, if I plot it for one complete cycle, this is how we are going to get the output voltage. This thicker line which I am overwriting with this red color. And here also, because 330 to 360 we are getting VB by. When we plot on line voltage, we will plot between 0 to 30. So this red portion waveform will be the load voltage waveform. Now if you see the load voltage waveform, this is 0 and this is 60. So means the load voltage is repeating its value after an interval of 60. And you can observe that in one complete cycle, that is one complete cycle of an input, that is 0 to 360, how many output pulses I am getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's why it is called 6 pulse converter, because in one complete input cycle I am getting 6 output pulses. So that's why the 3-phase rectifier is also called as an 6 pulse rectifier or 6 pulse converter. Now if I want to calculate the average value of an output voltage, so average value of output voltage, the analytical way of calculating it, VO, that is 1 by time period. So as you can see with this waveform, that time period of this waveform is 60. So 60 ko how I can write in terms of pi by 3. 0 to pi by 3 Vm sine omega t d omega t. So what I am going to get? 3 by pi. Vm I can take common. Then integration 0 to pi by 3 sine omega t d omega t. So integrated 3 Vm upon pi. Sine omega t ka integration is minus cos omega t, limits from 0 to pi by 3. So 3 Vm upon pi, then minus cos of pi by 3, then 1 minus of with cos and 1 minus of lower limit, so plus cos 0. So what I am going to get, that is 3 Vm upon pi minus cos 60. Cos 60 is 1 by 2. Then cos 0 is 1. So 3 Vm upon pi, and that is 1 minus 1 by 2. So 3 Vm upon 2 pi. So the output voltage is, load output voltage average value is 3 Vm upon 2 So now I am stop sharing my screen. Now my dear friends, whatever information I have shared in this video related to an uncontrolled three-phase rectifier, which is mainly diode based, that will be clear to you. I have given a detailed description on its power circuit diagram, its operation, and its conduction diagram, conduction table, and how to finally plot the load voltage waveform, and how to calculate the average value of load output voltage. That will be clear to you. My dear friends, if you like this video, kindly press the like button, and if you feel that whenever I make such kind of videos related to power electronics, a notification should reach to you, then don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.